Hey fishies, you want to be fed? Welcome back to our blind beer tasting series. Today's the 7th day of qualifiers. My wife's randomly selected 2 beers for today's taste. As you can see, both bottles are fully covered in our stubby holders. I will judge these beers on aroma, carbonation, colour and body. However, I have no actual idea what I'm doing, so I'll just tell you which beer I prefer the most. Let's try beer 1 first. Beer A, sorry. Alright, beer A. They both look very similar. They're about the same colour. This one's got a very strong smell. Pretty sure this is a full strength beer. It's a very traditional beer too, I think. It's quite a carbonated beer. Smells strong. Smells very It's got a strong taste, and it does have a smell like it's got a lot of yeast in it. I'd be surprised if this wasn't a full strength. I'd also be surprised if it wasn't like a premium beer. It's okay. This may be a tap beer. It could also be a beer that's trying to be a tap beer. It's got a very generic, strong, popular beer flavour. Let's try beer B now. Beer B, I think, is a lot lighter. It's got a lot of head on it as well, but that might just be a pouring error. I think this could be a dry. It also doesn't make me want to drink a lot of it. I think it's a dry of some sort, and I would guess Carlton Dry first. But I'll have a look at my list before I commit to an answer. Beer A. Beer A might be a bit lighter than I first thought. It tasted strong to start with, but after having beer B, it tastes a lot weaker than that. That could even be a mid-strength. Actually, I think it's still a heavy beer. I just don't think it's a common heavy beer. These beers just taste very, very generic, very standard. Nothing's jumping out. Nothing's making me think it's an incredible beer. This one makes me think it's a dry. I don't think it's as good as beer A. I think it's a dry, and my best guess would be a Carlton Dry, but it also could be an Asahi Super Dry. So that I'm not 100% sure what dry, but I think it's dry. And beer A which I prefer. I think beer A is the better beer. It's a bit smoother to drink. You can tell which beer I prefer by which beer I drink more of quicker. I think the best indication of which one I enjoy. Beer A goes down a lot smoother. It's a very clean taste. It tastes like it's been well prepared. I think it's going to fall into the range of a premium beer. Whether that means it's a good quality beer or not though is different. It might just be premium compared to their low quality beer, but I'm going to say I'll say James Bogue premium, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's any premium beer. And I think they're both heavies, and A is my favourite. Let's try to reveal beer A first. Ooh. Beer A is 4X Gold. Now this is a mid-strength beer, I think. It's a one standard drink. Make sure it's... Oh yes, it's hard to see. Oh yeah, there we go. Beer A, one standard drink, 3.5%, a Queensland beer, 4X Gold. It's actually quite nice to drink. So that will move on to our next round. And beer B. Throw this stupid Carlton thing away. Beer B is... Ooh. My wife's being tricky. It's another 4X beer from Castlemaine Brewery in Queensland. 4X dry though. So I was right, this was a dry beer. 1.1, so it's a mid-strength. I think I called both of these heavies. Heavies possibly more likely than a mid, but they're both mids. 1.1 standard drinks, 4.2%, so it's slightly stronger, just slightly stronger. But it was a dry, and it wasn't quite as nice as the regular 4X Gold. Let's polish that one off quickly. Yeah, the dries just don't quite have that nice, clean taste that a really good lager has. I did say that this was most likely a tap beer, and I'm pretty sure 4X is a tap beer. It may not be anymore now that Northerns and Iron Jacks and a lot of those beers have taken over in Victoria. But I think if you went to Queensland, this would most likely be on tap. And I'm pretty sure at one point, like less than a decade ago, this was possibly the #1 beer in Australia. People liked it for the one standard drink and the good taste. Thanks for joining me for today's beer review. Today's winner, 4X Gold, is a very good, popular beer in Australia. At one point I believe it was one of the most popular beers in pubs. Our loser today, 4X Dry, I think is a newer beer that sort of jumped on the dry bandwagon. It didn't quite have the nice clean crisp finish that its cousin had in 4X. It was alright, but 4X Gold was definitely better. More refined, being produced for a longer period of time. Let me know which one of these two beers you prefer. I preferred 4X Gold, and it will move on to our round of 16. Bottoms up.